What's up? It's the B-I-G-F-A-T-H-E-R. You are now tuned back into the gaming channel, rocking back with me. How all y'all doing out there across this world? Appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. So I had to drop a part 3 for y'all. We're gonna take a look at 35 creepy, scary, and spooky and strange videos that hit the internet. So go ahead and grab your popcorn, grab your tea, grab your coffee, your weed, your drink, and we're gonna sit back and tune in while I play me some of this PS2 from the 2000 era, y'all. With that being said, I'll be back at the end.
We're now listening to a PXB production.
It's not looking good, y'all. It is not looking good out here.
Has a game to play. How many times can you say his name? Uzi, 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 6.
Lil Uzi Vert's long-awaited concert tour has officially begun, and some fans are saying they felt like they were a part of some type of ritual. Now, before I show you the rest of the clip, you heard that girl say that Uzi has a game to play. How many times can you say his name? And she says it 6 times. Now, if you keep repeating his name, Lil Uzi Vert, it starts to sound like the name Lucifer, and it's no coincidence she said it 6 times, the devil's number. Now watch the rest of this clip, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on the rest of his concert tour.
Folks, we got another reptilian shapeshifter caught on live TV. Look at those teeth! This man's evil. I don't know who he is, he's evil. This video might be proof that reptilians do live among us.
Forces and protecting the population and minimizing civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine. Civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine.
She straight up just shapeshifted on live TV, folks! Maybe the lady on the plane was being real. Take a look at this news reporter caught shapeshifting on camera.
We talk about the mother's arrest, but the mother says that her 16-year-old daughter, the victim in this case, was also arrested here back on September 18th. Now keep in mind, this is the family story, their account of what they see happened here on campus earlier this month. Unfortunately, we weren't able to reach the school district for comment, but keep in mind, a mother and daughter back.
Bro, he clearly started turning into a lizard, and then the cameraman saw and shifted the angle.
Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about family responsible one-sided news stories
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the community use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely dangerous.
Lucifer in the flesh. Do you know how many journalists would kill? Wait, you probably do. First, I want to say thank you to agreeing to this interview, because I know you are a very, very busy person.
Yes. I usually like to fly under the radar, but I figured since I'm already on the campaign trail, why not?
Okay. First, let's talk about your reign. Now, you've had a fairly long one. What would you attribute to your success and popularity?
Oh, that's easy. Every generation is the same. I appeal to their lust and ego. I offer all the sex, wealth, and fame a person could want. Do as thou wilt has been my campaign slogan from the start. And my campaign platform hasn't changed either. I run on the same 3 issues every generation. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life.
Okay. When you say lust of the flesh, what exactly do you mean?
Come on now.
It's just crazy to see these black kids go from being at the top of the world to nothing. Ain't it amazing how they promote everything that don't help them grow? We got them right where we want them, black. Circular motion. Rap, get millions, spend it all on property, pay us the money that we already gave them, give it right back to us. Go to our jewelry stores, give it right back to us. And then fall. And then we sign the next kid. Works every time.
Like DMX.
Same way.
DMX is in jail right now.
For what?
Tax evasion, I think.
So, we put him in jail for money he made that he was supposed to pay us, for money we already gave him that he already made that he was supposed to pay us back. You see how we fuck him, black?
Yeah, pretty much.
He's in jail for not paying us what he made.
felt like we was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like I kid you not. Like in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. After tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you. Cause like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real.
Okay, this is the shirt that Travis Scott was wearing while he was on stage. And if you notice, there are, to the left, people that are blue, and they're going through this doorway. And when they come out, they're red with devil horns. So remember, the theme of his concert is see you on the other side.
Hello. I ordered a can of Sprite from the dark web. Let's unbox this and see what we got. Okay, let's go. A tough package. Okay, we got our Sprite. It's still wrapped in some kind of label. Let's get it off. Sticky. Okay, it hasn't been opened. It looks legit. It looks like it hasn't been messed with. Also, why does Sprite taste like TV static? The can looks all good to me, low calories, but something is always sus when ordering from the dark web. Let's have a look inside. Okay, it's weird. Let's pour it out. Oh no. What is this? This isn't Sprite. Sprite is supposed to look like chewy water, not this red water. It's a pretty heavy liquid. Is this Sprite cranberry? It's kinda warm. How did this get in there? Why is Sprite such a cursed drink?
Okay, so we all remember this viral video of a girl on a plane completely freaking out, saying she wants to get off because the person she just saw wasn't human. But what if I told you some guy just did the same exact thing a couple days ago? Just watch this video and let's talk about it.
What's wrong?
So yeah, that guy claims that he saw a shapeshifter on the plane, and he instantly got up freaking out and tried to open the plane door while they're in the air.
Something really strange happened recently in a Lana Del Rey concert where hundreds of people fell down almost instantly after stating that they felt a mysterious hand or a mysterious force field touching them. To make things even stranger, people that were in the concert left comments affirming that they felt this strange and mysterious force. Some people believe this might have something to do with a satanic ritual being performed in the show. And to make things even stranger, some people believe that something similar happened in a Travis Scott concert where you can see what looks like some sort of demonic entity jumping over people. What makes things even more mysterious is that after researching the topic, I found more videos portraying these supposed demonic entities jumping over people in large events. Check this out, this is really creepy. Pay very close attention.
So I'm going to be in the case. Again, this is a surgeon.
It's not a flag.
we're we have the right man. Here's the sample and bigger pieces for it.
New York.
This is the inevitable result. Hey, those shits, you're gonna be super fucking lit. That's good. I refuse to move pieces of bread, or most of the burgers get done melting. I'm gonna layer the top of the bread.
Oh my god.
Not to mention that some people state that they can see a strange smoke coming out of the crowd right when they're hit with this mysterious force field.
What happened to this mysterious lost language? There is a legend that a universal language exists that transcends all beings, regardless of their native tongue. It is said that this universal language was so powerful that it also held the key to communicating with beings of other realms and worlds. Well, you might think it's all just a legend, but in Genesis chapter 11, verse 1, it says, "Now the world had one language and a common speech, and only after humans tried to build a tower to reach God were we all made to forget this language, dividing the people." Furthermore, in the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth, it confirms that this language, even though lost, still exists, and if we hear it, you will instantly recognize it and understand it. It is also rumored that the reason why people who go through alien abduction start to lose their mind is that when abducted, this language is forcefully downloaded into our cerebral cortex, letting us hear and understand everything, everywhere. Even though linguists and archaeologists have searched for this language for many years.
May or may not be paying attention to what's going on with all these banks closed. Silicon Valley closed, First Republic closed, and more will be closing because the Kundalini energy is rising on the planet. So these banks are crashing like I told you they would because it's endgame, right? Zeus, aka Satan, his system is done with. Now you have all these banks around the country closing down, all right? So it's also a part of the agenda though, okay? Remember in 2020, all the big billionaires started stepping down. So we're still in there, all right? They came with the pandemic, but the pandemic didn't work because you got individuals like myself exposing the truth, all right? So now, these banks are looking like they're crashing and closing down. So the reason they're doing that is because they are putting an end to their money system as we know it, all right? So they want to get this chip in you. So by them closing the banks down, all right, that's their way of getting rid of cash, plastic coins. That's over with. They're even telling you, hey, they're selling gold coins, silver coins. Pay attention now. Out of the U.S. Treasury, pay attention. All right. So what they want to do is they want you to focus on this bank crisis because these banks closing down. So now when they come with this chip, you're going to be open to it. You're going to have 90% of the country that's going to allow them to implant this RFID chip within them. All right. The reason people are going to go for it is because they're going to do it just like they did the pandemic, all right? Niggas wasn't taking no shots. If you remember, when the pandemic first hit, when the hot sauce 19 first hit, niggas and majority of the population was not with it. But what did they do, though? They told you, once they seen that you wasn't with it, hey, if your ass want to work, you will take this shot. Man, 90% of the people went and got the shot right then and there, right? So it's the same thing with this. Hey, well, if you want to buy, trade, or sell, food, shelter, clothing, land, all this stuff requires income, right? It requires money. So if there's no more cash and there's no more plastic, which is credit cards and debit cards, then how are you going to pay for your food and your shelter and your clothing, right? If you want to pay for that, you're going to have to get this chip. Right then and there, everybody going to go for it. Because when you walk in your grocery store, there ain't going to be no more cash register machines. You're going to start seeing these little monitors. They're already getting you ready for it. Like when you do your Apple Pay. You guys, everywhere you go, you got your little Apple Pay signs, and you can just put your phone up to it. They're already getting you ready for the chip. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing. You walk in the grocery store. You want to put your kids in school. You're going to have to swipe your chip on your hand. Put your hand right to the thing and swipe the chip and implant it in your hand. All right? Now, you have a lot of people that's going to rebel.
All right, there we go.
How do you do it?
Magic.
Huh?
Magic.
Oh, magic.
How is the sun rising under the clouds? This is about a minute long. It gets a closer view. The sun is under the horizon of the earth. It is underneath the clouds. There is no doubt about it. How does the sun come up from under the clouds and the sky's already bright? So is that even the sun? What's going on? What is going on with our world? It looks like the sun's rising, but it's rising from under the clouds, under the horizon of the earth. It's coming up from the earth. What the heck is going on? How is this even possible? Look, I believe the Earth's round, it's not flat. But all the flat Earth people, they just got to show this video. And they got proof. They got proof that we live in a firmament. Like I said, I believe the Earth's a globe, floating in space. When I see videos like this, I start to question myself. Because how come the sun is rising from the Earth under the clouds, Booskies? How?
We just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet. Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it. We have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now. It may be hard to see tonight, but we are all standing under a glass ceiling right now. On Westchester Avenue.
I need to get to the hospital quick.
At the roundabout, take the second exit on Westchester Avenue. In a quarter of a mile.
Nah, leave it. Come on, go. I got you. Go straight.
I need to get to the hospital.
I got you.
Son.
I'm gonna get you to the ambulance.
Red light camera reported ahead.
Ooh. Oh, wait.
Pull over. Let's just get you an ambulance.
That bullet getting hot.
I know. That's why I said just pull over. Let me get your ambulance.
So this is the bullet that got me right here. Piece of cake.
Might not want to sing the happy birthday song anymore. Have you ever wondered where the happy birthday song originated from? Or why we sing it? Is it not strange that every time someone's birthday is being celebrated, candles are lit, lights are turned off, and everyone gets into a circle to chant, "Happy birthday to you," like a witch's ritual? Well, you see, it is very well documented that the past humans used to live hundreds of years old, and legend has it that the happy birthday song was actually created as a curse by fallen angels to hide a ritual that seals your fate to grow older, controlling the population and controlling the human civilization. So the next time a birthday celebration is coming up, remember that this is the reason why.
Carter, you found a cure for cancer?
Well, I didn't come up with it. A couple of eggheads I hired did. One of them's a Chinese. Boy, I don't like those people. But holy crap, wind them up and watch them go.
How long have you had this?
I don't know. When was that Who Let the Dogs Out song?
You've had this since 1999? You know when Who Let the Dogs Out came out?
It's a song about dogs and letting them out. I could have you arrested for breaking in here.
Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this?
I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
What? That's insane! Carter, what you're doing here is criminal, and I'm going to tell the whole world about it.
Is that right? Who's going to believe you? The internet? You'll be just another nutjob left-wing blogger.
Where did this caller come from? On September 11th, 1997, during an on-air segment of Coast to Coast, the host Art Bell picked up a strange call from a man claiming to work in Area 51. Take a listen to this clip.
Okay, well, what we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Well, you see, His production crew frantically rerouted to a backup system to get the station up and running, but the caller disappeared. Even though no one can verify who the caller was, people think that this is actual proof of aliens. But maybe the question we should be asking is...
Вот как этот мир работает, люди. Оп, 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 оп. Хуйня, ребята. Не знаю, как там видно, не видно, но на экране как бы ярко, плохо вижу, но вижу. Убираю стекло, оп, оп. Вот тебе, блядь, кусок стекла. Кусочек стекла, блядь.
Dear God.
But somehow you both look the same age there. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for being with a younger man.
I suck baby's blood and put it on my face.
A zombie apocalypse is about to happen. Scientists have successfully reanimated a 48,500-year-old zombie virus that was found frozen in Siberia. You see, the reason why they did that was to study how it works. But when they did that, they realized that there was at least 13 other viruses of similar nature that were being trapped in the permafrost. Experts warn that with the increasing warming of the Earth, it's only a matter of time before these viruses are released into the atmosphere, or worse, weaponized for destructive purposes. With the power struggle in our day and age, is it really far out to believe that?
Well, I was meeting Rich that night, and I pulled up right here. He got into the van. He got into the van right here, and once he got into the van, I knew I had to lock. I locked the doors, and as I was pulling off, I was asking him, because it didn't take long after I pulled off. I was asking him like, "Yo, Rich, where did you get that coke from, man? That shit was good," because I wanted to make him comfortable. That shit was good as a motherfucker. He's like, "I got it from my Connect." said, oh yeah. So from there, I knew he was lying. I turned to my little man. I gave him the nod. Once I gave him the nod, my little man spent, because he was short so he could stand up in the van. Next thing you heard was the 2 gunshots. Bang, bang. Richard slumped over, and it happened. It happened right here. It happened right here.
At this light?
At this light, it happened. I'm saying, in my mind, I'm saying to my little man, yo, he's dead. He's done it. He just got hit with a 357. Twice. The only sound I heard was, him releasing his breath. His last breath. So I'm assuming that he's dead. And I need to find a place to put his, leave his body without anyone seeing me and seeing the van or just, so the only place I can think of and just driving it, and it's just so funny. I'm saying City Island, but I'm not even sure if I wanted City Island, but I just knew I wanted to get off the streets and get onto a highway.
How did you feel? Was you mad? Was you angry? Like, what was going on in your head?
I was very mad. I just killed a nigga that I loved. A nigga that I was getting money with. A nigga that I called my brother. We kept driving this way, and until I can find a remote spot to leave the body. Go around this turn right here. Yeah, loop it real quick. It was somewhere over here. So I pulled over like right here, just threw the van up on as close as I can to the rail. Once I pulled over, my little man, Gary's probably like 5'3", 1 something. So I'm trying to stay behind this. I'm trying to stay behind the steering wheel. I'm trying to stay in the driver's seat just in case we got to pull off, and have him go dump the body. But when he went to go try to dump, get Rich out the car, he couldn't pick him up. He couldn't pick him up. Rich was bigger than him, so he couldn't move him to put him in the woods and all that. So now I had to get out the van to go help him. And when I went to go help him, Richard made a sound. So that shit startled me. Like, oh shit, he's still alive. So I grabbed the gun. I grabbed the gun from my little man and put one in his head. And then I had to pick him up. I had to pick him up and dump him in the woods and leave his body. I was able to, get him where he needed to be. And then we jumped back in the van, and I made sure I didn't skid off or anything like that to leave any kind of tracks. And we left. And the rest was the newspapers.
What in tarnations is going on? Can somebody tell me who is that with the Pope? What is that? That can't be human, brother. And it don't just stop there. Who's the guy in the back? Now, I don't want to say that the Pope is rolling with demons, but the Pope's rolling with demons, brother. Something is definitely not right.
Was this man really from the future? Back in 2003, a man named Andrew Carlson had an insane run in the stock market that raised a few eyebrows. Well, you see, this man performed 126 stock trades and turned $800 into $350 million in just 2 weeks without losing a single trade. Well, as you can probably guess, the FBI showed up and arrested him for probable cause with regards to insider trading. However, what was interesting was that when he was interrogated, he simply claimed to be from the year 2256, almost 250 years in the future. The authorities were puzzled, but soon realized that there was no records of his existence from before December 2002. 3 months before the arrest. He was later put in a holding cell for the night, but the next day, he vanished without a trace.
Stop! Those candidates are phonies! You heard me! They're alien replicants from beyond the moon!
Yeah, right, pal.
Don't forget your stinking flag. Why won't anyone believe my crazy story? Oh! Oh no. What have I done? What am I doing? What will I do?
The politics of failure have failed. We need to make them work again. Tomorrow, when you are sealed in the voting cubicle, vote for me, Senator Bob Dole.
I am looking forward to an orderly election tomorrow, which will eliminate the need for a violent bloodbath. America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles.
He's killing my friend.
Who's killing your friend?
My chimpanzee.
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
Yes. He ripped her apart. Hurry up. He ripped her face off.
The brutal attack lasted for 12 entire minutes before police finally arrived at the scene. And when they got there, Travis smashed the passenger side window of the police car and then calmly walked over to the driver's side. The chimp opened the door and showed his fangs to an officer before he was shot 4 times in the chest. Travis then let out a final scream before running off into the house, where he was later found dead beside his cage. Officers rushed over to Charlotte Nash and were shocked to see that the woman had no face. She was then rushed to the hospital, where doctors were forced to remove her eyes and barely managed to save her life. Charlotte's family then sued Sandra for $50 million, but she defended herself, claiming that she'd given Travis the anxiety medication Xanax 15 minutes before the attack. A lab report showed that this was true, but Travis was never actually prescribed the drug, and as it turns out, it can cause violent behavior in chimpanzees. In June 2011, Charlotte Nash received transplant surgeries for her hands and face, but doctors had to remove her hand shortly after. And sadly, 5 years later, her body rejected the face transplant as well, because the US military had her taking experimental drugs to help wounded soldiers in battle.
Now here's a very strange crow. Look at its head. Do you think this is normal? The guy who filmed it must have been freaking out. This person was filming a deer in a park. But when he zoomed in, the deer seemed to have 2 heads. It's confusing because we don't know if it's just 2 deer stuck together, or if the animal really has 2 heads. When the animal bent down to eat some grass, the second head mysteriously disappeared. While sitting in their stationary car, this individual's dash cam captured an inexplicable moment. Out of nowhere, a squirrel emerges from the pavement as if it were grass, which seems physically impossible on a solid road.
I'm not going crazy. Oh my god, wait, stop it. There's nothing there. There's not a grate there. There's not a fucking grate there. Where did this bitch just come from? What the fuck? He just came out of nothing!
On the 19th of June, 2023, a submarine carrying 5 people mysteriously vanished while on an expedition to tour the wreckage of the Titanic. OceanGate, the company that operated the tour, lost contact with the submarine, and unfortunately, the sub was later found in pieces. Well, you see, a new theory has now surfaced that it wasn't an accident, but an assassination as a justification to prevent people from going down to find out what actually happened to the Titanic. Interestingly enough, if you look at who actually funds OceanGate, you'll quickly realize it all points to the Rothschild dynasty, the same people who were rumored to have sunk the Titanic for their own financial gain. Furthermore, the 1998 Simpsons episode, titled Simpsons Tide, actually predicted that this ordeal was going to happen.
Creepy, scary, and strange videos to hit the internet. Hopefully y'all enjoyed y'all time on the Big Father channel. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, coming through. Man, if you ever want to support me in any type of way, You understand? All you gotta do is just hit up the Cash App. It's right here.
You are now listening to a PXB production.
And if you don't want to support me, you do not have to. These are only for the people that want to support, the friends, the family. I know y'all was like, yo, I seen your last video. What's the Cash App? So, you know, I told them to wait until I drop this video. So, with that being said, I just put it up there, man. Y'all enjoy y'all time. Y'all, you know, have a lovely and safe and I ain't want to say blessed because that's be less, you know what I'm saying? But I guess blessed. Y'all enjoy your time and say goodbye. Let me hit it one more time. I say, y'all enjoy your time and say goodbye. It's Anna. Yeah, it's time to play the game.
This is what he actually looked like. Hear me out. On January 27th, 1984, Michael Jackson was shooting a Pepsi commercial at LA's Shrine Auditorium. Everything was going great until the sixth take when the pyrotechnics malfunctioned, causing his head to be engulfed by a fireball on camera in front of 3,000 fans. Now, he likely couldn't feel it at first, but as he made his way down the stairs onto the stage, it didn't take long for the stagehands to realize he was on fire. Aaron Faye, his hair and makeup artist at the time, said, quote, "This was someone I knew and he was on fire. By the time I got to him, all of his hair was gone and there was smoke coming out of his head." According to the hospital, Michael suffered second and third degree burns across his head and face. In 1992, the music video director that was filming his tour, Rudy Dolezal, was told that Jackson refused to appear on camera on days that he wasn't performing because on those days he didn't have a nose. Rudy went on to tell the New York Post that Jackson needed a prosthetic nose that took hours to put on using makeup and putty. In 2002, rumors were running rampant in the tabloids that what was left of Jackson's nose cartilage had completely collapsed. So what's the conspiracy, man? I couldn't figure out what it was used for, but there is footage of Michael Jackson being made up to look like an old man using makeup and prosthetics, and it's very convincing. Then there's also this Akon interview where Akon describes going to the movies with Michael Jackson and being shocked when he got there and a complete stranger walked up to him and started talking in Michael's voice because it was Michael, but he was absolutely unrecognizable. The theory being that nobody really knew what Michael Jackson looked like anymore because the Michael Jackson that was famous was just a mask. Now this is a real man named Dave. A victim of horrible burns when he was young, and Michael Jackson just kind of took an interest in him and took care of him. So at first when I was reading about this, I was like, okay, case closed, that's a different guy. But the theory points out that Dave suddenly became a lot more public and his appearance kind of changed after Michael Jackson's death, insinuating that Jackson didn't pass away in 2009 but instead resumed living under various assumed identities, easily fooling the world because nobody had really known what he looked like since.
What is going on in this secret Freemason cave? Recently, a hiker in Oregon shared a video while he was on a hike through the back mountains when he came across a strange cave with a Freemason logo etched on the entrance. At approximately 500 meters in, he came across two wooden stadium-like benches facing each other in close fashion, just enough space for a group of people to stand in between. Thinking nothing of it, he pushed on in. But things started to get weirder as he slowly started noticing shoes that could only fit small children littered on the ground, which eventually led to a whole pile of children's shoes. Not only that, strewn in between the shoes were a bunch of bones of unknown origins. Even though many of us can guess what this cave was used for, maybe we should clarify